Morning, lovely viewer. Well, I've got one for you today. I do apologise about the wind if you hear it. But Nafi, she done a video last night about watering plants. And it's given me an idea, and if you're watching, hi Nafi! Yeah, it's given me an idea to make a video, and what this video is the lessons I learned when potting roses. The lessons I learned the hard way, and I watched many videos. There's many videos out there on how to pot roses. I watched many of them, but it did not stop me learning some lessons the hard way, and it's those lessons that I'm going to talk about today. Right, first of all, when potting a rose, the first thing I'm looking at is the shape of the pot. I'm looking for something like that, where the top is wider than everywhere else. That is my preferable shape. I will accept square or round, depending on the price, and considering these cost so much money, but ideally that is the shape there that I'm looking at. Nice wide opening. And the reason why I say that is because if for whatever reason I decide I want to change the rose, plant it somewhere else or plant it in the ground, and I need to extract the rose from the pot, it's easier to do so if it's got that nice wide opening. This here, the same. I do like these particular pots, but you see, it's got a nice wide opening. Now, if that rose were to establish, if the roots were to bite into that pot, it wouldn't be easy to take out, but it is possible. Now, have a look at this one. This here is an acer. The pot came with the plant. It's about 12, 14 years old, I guess. And have a look at the size there. You see, there will be all roots down here. And taking that plant out, if I chose to, I wouldn't be able to do that without causing damage to that acer. I'll show you one more. I do apologise about the wind. I'm running around trying to get this video done. Look at the shape of that pot there. You see, if that established, and if I decided to then, for whatever reason, to move this, that may well look a fantastic pot. It may be a great design, but you try getting that bad boy out of there. That is not going to happen. So the shape of the pot. That is a pot that I got cheap. A lot of it will come down to price dependency, but that is not frost proof. So if we have a harsh winter, there's a good chance that that's gonna go. That's budding nicely, in fact. I'm pleased with that. Right, the next thing is the size of the pot. Now this here is lark ascending, and apparently it grows to 5 feet tall. So I knew it was going to need a big pot, and that is a big pot. That's a big pot. This is just huge. So the shape of the pot, size of the pot. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about is the drainage. And it was watching Nafi's video yesterday on watering that I thought I would point this out. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story which will hopefully give you a little idea, and I always like a little story. When I was a kid, my mum, she had a perfume bottle, and once she used up all the perfume, she decided that she wanted to keep the bottle as a little vase, put a little cut flower in it. I was only a kid, and occasionally she would ask me to change the flower in the little vase. And I would do so, and I would take the dead flower out, and this little vase with half a bottle of water in it, half full of water, I would turn the vase upside down, and to my amazement, no water would come out. Hole in the vase, turn it upside down, and the water would just sit there. Now, in fact I'm going to sit down here, because I think I'm out the window here, I'm hoping I am. When I started investigating the drainage in these pots, I read and I saw, and I'm sure many others have as well, to put a stone in the bottom of the pot, or put a few stones, or put a few bits of broken terracotta in the bottom of the pot over the holes, or gravel or something like this. Put gravel in the bottom of the pot. Well, I'd done that, and on a number of occasions I would plant the rose and I would water it, and I would see the water would rise up here and it would sit there, it wouldn't move. An hour later you could still see the water here. So I knew there was something wrong, and that's got me thinking about the little bottle of perfume. So I looked into it more, and I saw it many times. Terracotta, throw some terracotta in the bottom, you know, throw pebbles. But then I saw a video, and I wish I could link it now, but I'll never be able to find it again. It was a guy, an intelligent guy. He was saying that by putting gravel or stones in the bottom of your pots, all you're doing is raising the water table. The holes aren't big enough for the water to escape. It gets trapped, and then the water level, it just rises. And that would explain why, as a novice rose grower, I was over watering my plants. That was always the biggest danger for me, over watering. And as I understand it, that is the biggest problem that is facing novice rose growers. That is the problem that we face. And what his suggestion was to put polystyrene chunks, get chunks of polystyrene, break it up, and put those chunks of polystyrene in the base of your plant pots. And that is exactly what I've done. I got some polystyrene trays, you know, flower trays, plant trays. I broke them up into chunks. It's a big pot, so I had quite big chunks, and I probably filled the bottom of this pot probably up to about there with polystyrene chunks. Then I put my soil on top, and then I put the bark chippings on top of that to retain the water, and that instantly sorted my drainage out. I'm going to come back down here again because I'm sure the wind, you can hear it. Yeah, that now, these pots here, that one over there, wicked drainage, and that is very preferable for me. I can saturate that plant with water, and it will get to a point the water will come to the top, and if I keep putting water in, as much water is coming out the bottom as is going in the top. And that for me, as a novice rose grower, that is good. That is a good thing. Now I'm sure there are people who have been using stones, terracotta cuttings, pieces, gravel. They've been using it for generations and doing it well, and they will continue to do that. I've no doubt about that at all. But for a novice rose grower, overwatering for me was a big problem. And having that sufficient drainage, when you buy a plant, it says moist but well drained. And the problem is with the traditional method is you can get it wrong, and that water table can rise and get trapped. And what happens then is the roots of your rose are just sitting in that water table and killing it. And the other thing is, this is uncannily, this is a perfect example, because I made a video a little while ago about why this lark ascending wasn't flowering. There's many buds coming through now, and they are flowering, as you can see. But it occurred to me that I overfed it. Another novice mistake. I actually put ash from our log burner in here. I forgot I'd done it. I only done it once. And it occurred to me one day I was watering it and I saw the colour coming out the bottom, just flowing out the bottom. I thought that's an odd colour compared to all the other plants. And then I remembered the ash that I put into it, so I investigated how much ash you should put into it, and yeah, I put way too much in. Now, because this has got such good drainage, it wasn't a problem. The only way you can do it is flush it out. So I just kept pouring water in, and it was coming out as quickly as I was putting it in. It has got wicked drainage. So I thought I would point out these things to you. If there is anyone more knowledgeable than I, and there are many of you, the majority of you, if you have anything to add, then please do let me know. But that is my findings. I'm hoping, we're at 10 minutes now, so I'm going to cut this off. I'm hoping that I've made myself clear, but if anyone knows different, if anyone knows better, then please do say so. But that is my findings. But lovely viewer, I hope you're all well, and take care. Bye.